These girls were sent to an orphanage in 1901, and today I will tell you their story. Sisters Sarah Matilda and Maud Thomason Richards were born into a rapidly changing world in Bundlesons near Liverpool. Sarah arrived in August 1889, followed by Maud 2 years later in July 1891. But their early childhood was soon eclipsed by unimaginable grief and instability. Just 1 year after Maud's birth, their mother passed away from scarlet fever, a ruthless, terrifying illness that tore Victorian families apart overnight. Following this loss, the girls were lovingly raised by their father Thomas, who was originally from Sierra Leone, who had honourably dedicated his life to serving his adopted country in the Royal Navy and the Coast Guard services. Their fragile sense of security was shattered forever in October 1897. Just 5 years after losing their mother, their father succumbed to a hemorrhage, leaving Sarah, just 8 years old, and Maud only 6, utterly orphaned. After enduring 3 difficult years living with a stepmother, the young sisters faced the harsh machinery of the turn-of-the-century welfare system. On the 10th of July 1901, Sarah and Maud were admitted into Barnardo's care. They were sent away to the sprawling girls' village in Barkingside, an institutional environment that, while offering shelter, stripped away individual familiar warmth and placed them under rigid, daunting discipline. Inside the home, they would have learnt domestic roles, readying them for the future. As they approached adulthood, the institutional safety net vanished, forcing the young sisters into the grueling, low-status world of Victorian and Edwardian working-class labour. Sarah left Barnardo's in 1906, and Maud followed a year later to take up demanding work in domestic service. By 1911, Sarah was enduring long hours working for a family on Palmerston Road in Southend-on-Sea, while Maud was miles away, working at the White House in Tenbury. Separated from each other, they faced a rigid, class-bound society entirely on their own. The passage of time dealt a quiet, lonely hand to the sisters' latter years. Sarah found a brief anchor when she married William Richards in 1918, settling for a time in Liverpool's Valence Road. However, after this milestone, her life dissolves entirely into historical mystery, and no further records are left behind. Maud passed away in 1933 at the age of 42, having never married and never having any children of her own. So rest in peace. You will be remembered.